Hi students, welcome to ACE Academy. In this video, we are going to discuss about the complete preparation strategy of general science, especially in IRMS examination. Here, we have to know about what is meant by general science, what kind of subjects are included in that, what are the reference books, how many questions we will get from this general science. All these information will observed in this video. By the way, I am Lankeshwar Sir, General Science and Science and Technology faculty. I taught a number of batches for the last 10 years, even in our ACE Academy also, which is relevant to civil services. Here, first of all, we have to know about the weightage of general science. In the year of 2015 and 2016, on an average, we are getting 9 to 10 questions. You should remember one thing, for each question you will get 2 marks. Okay, right. So next, 2017 and 2018, so on an average, we are getting 6 questions here. Next, 2019, 2020, between these 2 years, we are getting 12 questions. Okay, it means 24 marks we secured only from this general science concept. Okay, next in the year of 2021, so 9 questions, we observe 9 questions. In the year of 2023, 13 questions we get especially from this science, this general science concepts. Okay, right. So here guys, what is the mentioned syllabus especially in IRMS notification? So current events of national and international importance, it means nothing but current issues which concerns to general science point of view, nothing but science and technology point of view. Next, general science. Okay, so here general science means it is majorly having physics, next chemistry, next biology, next one science and technology. Okay, so for physics, chemistry, biology, for these 3 subjects, you have to follow NCERT textbooks from 6th to 10th class. Okay, 6th to 10th class. So you have to follow NCERT textbooks. So those are the standards for these 3 subjects. Next, science and technology. In this science and technology, actually the questions pattern, if you observe the previous questions pattern, mostly it has been classified into 2 orientation. One is static point of view and second one is dynamic point of view. Okay, so static point of view, one is static point of view and second one is dynamic point of view. So static and dynamic point of view, it means dynamic point of view means it's completely related to present current affairs related information. Okay, next static point of view, it means this data will never change. Okay, it is always mostly the data would be same, right? So for example, if you consider DAE, Department of Atomic Energy, it was established in which year? So 1954. Or if you consider ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, so actually it is having different types of units, right? Like LPSC, Liquid Propulsion System Center. Next one, SHAR. Okay, so SHAR, Sriharikota, High Altitude Ranging. So number of units are observed under ISRO. So this data will never change. So this type of information is considered under static. Okay, but if you are observing the present related issues like BrahMas, okay, BrahMas is having different types of variants. So different types of variants, it means actually BrahMas, yes, this BrahMas missile was developed by India and Russia. This is considered as the world fastest supersonic cruise missile. Okay, world fastest supersonic cruise missile. And what is the range of this BrahMas? At what altitude this BrahMas will be launched? So what are the specifications? So recently BrahMos was launched from which region? So this type of related information considered under this dynamic category. Okay, so mostly we will expect 20 to 30% questions from static data, and here so 70 to 80% questions we are expecting from dynamic related data. Okay, right. So what are the major topics we have to cover, especially in this science and technology related concept? So guys, you have to focus on space technology, next nuclear technology, next vaccines, next drones, nanotechnology, robotics, defense, ICT, next biotechnology. Okay, so here you will definitely get the questions from few topics. What are those? What are the high yielding topics? Okay, what are the major high yielding topics? So here it is the information. One is space technology, next nuclear technology, defense, next vaccines. So from these topics, you will definitely get the questions. If you observe the previous year's question papers, so from these topics, number of questions are observed. Okay, so number of questions are given in that. So that's why you have to focus on these areas. Okay, so let's discuss about each and every concept here. Okay, it means each and every topic. So what kind of subtopics are there, and in which area we have to focus. So this type of information we will observe here. So first one, space technology. So here guys, you have to focus on ISRO. What is the role of ISRO in space technology? Next, if you consider ISRO is having different types of units, right? What are those units and what are the role of those units? Okay, next in that SHAR is there, SDSC is also there, Satish Dhawan Space Center is there. So from this center we are launching, okay, so we launch different types of rockets. So what kind of rockets we have? First of all, SLV, small satellite SSLV, small satellite launch vehicle. Next, PSLV, polar satellite launch vehicle. Next, GSLV, geostationary satellite launch vehicle. So you have to focus on the latest launches of these type of rockets. Okay, so small satellite, polar satellite, next geostationary satellite launch vehicle, and what kind of payloads are carried by these type of vehicles, and what are the specification, what is the major importance of those payloads. So this type of information you have to focus. Okay, right. So next, ISRO previous missions, past missions, present missions. At the same time, ISRO will plan to launch some of the missions which is relevant to Sukrayan, okay, which is relevant to space related programs, right? So one is Sukrayan, and second one is Chandrayaan 3. Next, Gaganyaan. These type of projects are also very important. Next, Nisar. Okay, so Nisar projects. So all these things you have to get proper idea. So then those type of information will help to get the better score in our examination. Okay, right. So next one. Next, here guys, you should also remember IRMSE program. Okay, after 1969, in the year of 1969, July 20, 3 members. Okay, the name of the mission is considered as Apollo 11. In this Apollo 11, okay, so Neil Armstrong, Edwin E. Aldrin, Michael Collins. So the first man flight which concerns to lunar mission is nothing but Apollo 11. Okay, so after around 52 to 53 years, NASA will plan to launch human flight which concerns to lunar category. Okay, lunar mission category. So the name of the program is nothing but IRMSE program. The major theme of those program is considered like the first woman and the next man. Okay, so here you have to focus on this type of latest missions which will be planned by NASA also. Okay, right. So next, nuclear technology. So what is the importance of nuclear technology, especially in India? So we are having different types of nuclear power plants, right? So present we are having 22 nuclear power plants. So in that, what are the major power plants? It means pressurized heavy water reactor. Pressurized heavy water reactor is there now. So what is the major role of pressurized heavy water reactor? What kind of coolants and moderators and fuels are being used in these pressurized heavy water reactors? Next, nuclear fuel. So what is meant by nuclear fuel? In periodic table, if you observe periodic table, it has 118 elements, right? So in those 118 elements, only few elements are considered under radioactive nature. Okay, nothing but radioactive elements category. So why should we consider only few elements are radioactive elements? Radioactive. So what are the specifications of those radioactive elements? So where would we use those radioactive elements? So this type of information, even in the last year, okay, so 2022, we get one question from this nuclear related technology, that is nothing but thorium. Okay, so we are having thorium, next plutonium, next uranium. These are considered as radioactive elements, right? So what are the major sources, or what are the major ores of these nuclear elements, and where the maximum reserves we found it? Okay, so what is the role of India to possess this type of elements? Okay, right. So this type of information we have to need for our examination. Next, tokamak nuclear reactors are also important. So in the year of 2021, China did artificial sun by using tokamak nuclear reactor. So what is the advantage of tokamak nuclear reactor, and what are the fuels of tokamak nuclear reactor, and what is the major difference between normal nuclear reactors and tokamak nuclear reactors? Okay, so this type of latest information is also be needed for our examination. Okay, right, next one, vaccines. What is meant by vaccines? Okay, so since 2020, we are majorly getting questions from this vaccination topic. Okay, so what is meant by vaccine? How to prepare vaccines? What are the different types of vaccines? So present we are having mRNA vaccines, DNA vaccines, next viral vector vaccines, inactivated vaccines. So number of vaccines types we have. So in that category, India indigenously developed few vaccines, right? For example, Zyco-D. Okay, so Zyco-D. This is considered as the world one and only vaccine which was developed by India. So India's first DNA vaccine, not only India, the world first DNA vaccine was developed by India. The name of the vaccine is considered as Zyco-D. Okay, yes. So what type of category it is? This vaccine is concerns to which type of vaccine category? DNA type of vaccine. So what is meant by DNA vaccine? What is meant by mRNA vaccine? Okay, so different types of vaccines we have now. So you have to focus on those areas. So recently in the year of 2022 November, so Incovac, so this is considered as the world first intranasal vaccine. Of course, it was also developed by India. The name of the company here it is Bharat Biotech. Okay, Bharat Biotech. So this type of latest information you have to focus, right? So and name of the coronavirus, and it has different variants, right? Alpha variant, beta, gamma, delta. Next, Omicron, present BF6. So this type of all information you have to focus. Okay, right. So next one, drones. So in India, DRDO plays major role to develop this type of drones. So what are the India's indigenously developed drones? What are the specifications and what are the importance of drones in daily life? So this type of information you have to focus. Next, robotics, nothing but artificial intelligence. Okay, here defense. Of course, defense means Indian Armed Forces majorly. Here we should consider Indian Armed Forces means in this category, Indian Navy, next Indian Army, next Indian Air Force. For these three forces are considered like Indian Armed Forces, right? So for these forces, different types of technologies are being used. Okay, so those technologies are developed by DRDO. Next, we have different types of missiles. In that, intercontinental ballistic missiles are also there. Okay, IC intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBM missiles. So what is the name of India's intercontinental ballistic missile, and what are the specifications of that Agni 5 missile? Next, if you consider Russia, next US, at the same time China, next France. So North Korea is also there. Na? So few countries are having intercontinental ballistic missiles. What are those and what are the specifications? At what altitude those missiles will be launched? Next, what kind of propellants are majorly being used in that? So this type of information you have to focus. And in India, okay, so we are having air-to-air missiles. Next, surface-to-surface missiles, surface-to-air missiles, water-to-water missiles. So different type of missiles we have. So what are those and what are the specifications of those missiles? So all these information you have to focus under this category, nothing but defense category. Okay, next, so S-400, S-400, S-300, next S-500. So this technology was developed by Russia. It is considered as the world most powerful anti-aerial defense technology. Okay, by using this technology, we can hit any aerial attack like missiles, next flying objects, next drones, whatever it is. So by using this technology, we can hit any aerial attacks. So this type of information is also be needed for our examination. Okay, right. So next, nanotechnology. So what is meant by nano? So who is considered as the father of Indian nanotechnology? So in India, what are the major research institutes which concerns to nanotechnology? Next, what are the applications of nanotechnology in different areas? So all these information is needed. Okay. Next, ICT, information and communication technology. At the same time, biotechnology. So these type of concepts we have to focus, especially for general science in IRMS examination. Okay, right. So, and you should also focus on some of the current affairs related concepts. So guys, here you have to consider this Hindu paper. Okay, why? Because every Sunday you will get a beautiful articles which is relevant to science and technology related concepts. You have to make a short note on that. It will definitely helpful for our examination. Okay, every Sunday, especially in Hindu paper, you will get a few articles which is relevant to science and technology. So you should also consider this one as in the point of current affairs related. Next, CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So this CSIR published one of the magazine. So the name of the magazine is considered like Science Reporter. Okay, so for soft copy you have to download. Okay, so soft copy is also available. So you have to download from directly CSIR website. So in that also the number of science related articles will be available. So that's why you should consider some of the current affairs related information from these two contents. Okay, right. So next, so for physics, chemistry, biology, we already mentioned these are the reference books. You have to follow NCERT textbooks from 6th to 10th class. Okay, next, for science and technology, what is the major reference book? Yes, so here it is. Science and Technology for Civil Service Examination by Ravi Agrahari. So this is one of the standard book for science related concepts. Okay, and here is our ACE Academy will also provide material for your examination. Okay, which is having present and previous, most of the concepts which is relevant to present and previous related data. So it's completely related to IRMS examination. IRMS examination. Okay, we will also provide material for that. So here, so science and technology for civil service preliminary and main examination. So the latest 6th edition is available in the market. So Ravi P. Agrahari is the author, and we are getting this book from publication. Here the publication name is MC Grahils. Okay, right. So here you have to consider this is one of the standard. So for physics, chemistry, biology, you should consider NCERT textbooks, and our ACE Academy will also provide beautiful material for your examination. Okay, so it will cover almost all the concepts which is relevant to your examination. Okay, definitely it will cover all the concepts for your examination, especially in the point of general science. Okay, right. So next, here we should consider some of the questions, some of the previous year's questions, which is relevant to different types of subjects which are existed in general science point of view. Yes. So the first one. So with reference India, consider the following statements. So this question was mentioned in the year of 2022. Of course, it is relevant to science and technology. Okay, right. So if you observe the given data, monazite is the source of rare earths. Okay, right. First of all, what is meant by monazite? Monazite means nothing but thorium oxide. Thorium oxide. So THO2. So from this thorium oxide, we can easily extract the thorium. Okay, here guys, you have to remember what is the major existed element in monazite? Thorium. Of course, thorium is a radioactive element. It is rarely available in the earth. So that's why it is considered like rare earths. Okay, so rare earths. So, and here India is considered as the largest reserved country which concerns to thorium. Okay, India is the largest reserved country which concerns to thorium. Next, in India, especially if you observe the coastal region, okay, coastal region in some of the areas, especially Andhra Pradesh, at the same time Tamil Nadu, next one Kerala. So in these areas, the two coastal regions, we have, okay, so we can found the thorium resources, thorium related resources. So this type of information is considered as static data. Okay, so this question is considered as one of the example for static data, right? So the first one, monazite is the source of rare earth. Of course, it is correct. Next, monazite contains thorium. Here it is the formula, right? So monazite is having thorium. Yes, so thorium oxide is there, thorium is there. So that's why it is also correct. Next, monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sand. So here it is completely considered as wrong. Why? Because it is not it is not available entire coastal land. So it is only available in few states of coastal land. So that's why this statement was considered as wrong. Next, in India, government bodies only can process or export monazite. Of course, it is also correct. So government body is the major regulating authority in India to export at the same time mining of these type of nuclear related sources. Okay, so here 1, 2, 4, these three options are correct. So that's why we should consider option B is the correct answer. Okay, right. Next one. So it is completely related to dynamic related data. Okay, so here it is also concerns to science and technology. Yes, with reference to Agni 4 missile, which of the following statement is or correct? They are okay, so they mentioned about correct statement. Yes, so that too Agni 4 missile. Guys, if you consider Agni 4, it's completely related to surface missile. So even Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4, Agni 5, latest developed missile Agni Prime also. Okay, all these Agni variants are considered under the category of surface to surface. Okay, right. Next, Agni 4 missile is having. So if you consider any Agni 4 version, it is only having solid propellant. By using solid propellant, okay, by using solid propellants, mostly these Agni missiles will be launched. Okay, so that's why here this one is also very important. And next one, the range of Agni 4 is more than 3,500 kilometers. 3,500 kilometers. So this is completely related to latest data, right? So that's why it is considered under dynamic type of category. Yes. So first one, if you observe the options, it is a surface to surface missile. Of course, it's completely correct. So surface to surface category. And second one is it is fueled by liquid propellants. It was wrong. Why? Because in Agni 4 we are using only solid propellants. Okay. Next, it can deliver 1 ton nuclear warhead about 7,500 kilometers away. So it was also completely wrong. Why? Because here the range of Agni 4 is just more than 3,500 kilometers only. But in this they mentioned more than 7,500, around 7,500 kilometers. So that's why it was wrong. So we should consider only option 1 is the correct answer. Okay, right. So by using elimination technique, you can also solve the questions. Let's consider one of the example for that. Okay, so here it is Agni missile. So this region is considered like warhead. So here we can place different types of nuclear weapons, and these are considered as different types of, okay, these are considered as solid propellants. Okay, here we place the solid propellants, and here we place the warhead. Okay, so nothing but nuclear warheads like that, nuclear weapons like that. So by using elimination technique, we can easily solve this question. So of course this question is related to physics. First of all, if you observe the question, the known forces of nature can be divided into 4 classes. Right. Those are gravity, electromagnetism, weak nuclear forces, strong nuclear forces. Gravity, electromagnetism, next weak nuclear forces and strong nuclear forces. With reference to them, which one of the following statement is not correct? Okay, not correct. They mention not correct. By using elimination technique, how to solve this question? Okay, so here it is the explanation. In this universe, we have 4 type of primary forces. What are those? Gravitational forces, electrostatic forces, weak nuclear forces, strong nuclear forces. Okay, so electromagnetism or electrostatic forces mostly we should consider, right? So here gravitational forces. Next, weak nuclear forces. Strong nuclear forces. Next, electrostatic forces. Electrostatic forces. Of course, if you consider these 4 forces, which is considered as the weakest one? Okay, among them, which is considered as the weakest one? This is the weakest force. Gravitational force is considered as the weakest one. And which is considered as the strongest force in the universe? Strong nuclear forces. But if you observe the first option, gravity is the strongest of the 4. But here the correct one is gravitational force is considered as the weakest nuclear force in the universe. So by using this data, okay, by using elimination technique, so we can get the answer here. So this is the answer. Why? Because they mentioned about not correct or incorrect. So here it is incorrect statement, right? So that's why option A is the right answer. So remaining 3 are correct. So let's go to the remaining options also. Electromagnetism acts only on particles with an electric charges. Of course, it was correct. Next, weak nuclear forces causes radioactivity. So if the atomic number, okay, if the atomic number more than 82, those type of elements nucleus is having weak nuclear forces. So due to that, this nucleus get into unstable. Then it can emit alpha, beta, gamma rays. So those type of elements are considered as radioactive elements. So finally what I am conclude here is only one thing, that is if the atomic number is more than 82, those elements are considered under radioactive nature. Okay, so because of emission of alpha, beta, gamma rays, right? So here it is the concept. And the fourth one, strong nuclear forces hold protons, neutrons inside the nuclear of atom. Of course, this one is also correct. Suppose guys, from 1 to 30, okay, if you consider at atomic number 1 to 30, so those atoms nucleus, okay, in those atoms nucleus is majorly having strong nuclear forces. Because of that, this nucleus get into highly stable. It does not emit alpha, beta, gamma rays. So this option is also be correct. So that's why finally we should conclude option A is the wrong answer. Next one. So this question is related to chemistry. Which of the following is or the example or examples of chemical changes? So here guys, you have to know about the difference between physical and chemical changes. Physical change means there is no change in chemical formula. Chemical formula does not change even if you are using any physical or chemical methods or process, whatever it is. Next, if you consider chemical change, what is the meaning of chemical change? Chemical change means there is a change in chemical composition. Suppose if you heat the chemical compound, so then it can be get into two compounds or more than two compounds like that. So there is a possibility to change the chemical formula. If formula change, then those type of things are considered under chemical change. If formula does not change, those are considered under physical change. Okay, right. So here, if you observe the examples, what they mentioned, what did they mention? So first one, crystallization of sodium chloride. Okay, next melting of ice, next sodium of milk. Okay, right. So first one, crystallization of sodium chloride or salt. So guys, here we should consider salt water. Salt water. So salt means nothing but sodium chloride here, and water formula is H2O. Okay, so water boiling point is 100 degrees now. Next, sodium chloride boiling point is more than 150 degrees like that. Okay, more than 100 degrees like that. So here 150 degrees centigrade like that. Suppose if you are applying 110 degrees centigrade amount of heat, so from this beaker what kind of particles are getting to be evaporated? Only water particles. Okay, so this is considered as one of the physical method. By using sunlight or additional temperature, we are separating these two chemicals. Okay, so nothing but it is also considered under distillation. Okay, distillation or evaporation, whatever it is, or desalination. So by using boiling point variation, we can easily separate these two things. So finally what I am saying is, before evaporation the formula is same. After evaporation also the formula is same. There is no change in formula. That's why it is considered as physical change. Next, melting of ice. Ice formula H2O. Next, if you heat the ice, we can get water. Here water formula is also H2O. Suppose if you heat the water, we can get water vapor. So here the formula of water vapor is also H2O. So if you heat or apply the low temperature, mostly the formula is same. Okay, formula is same. There is no change in formula. So that's why this example is also considered under physical change. Okay, physical change. Last one, souring of milk. If you consider milk, it is having lactose. By adding of lactobacillus, milk can be converted into curd. It means curd is having lactic acid. Here guys, these two chemicals are not same. Okay, chemical name is different, right? So then chemical formula is also different. So that's why it is considered as a major example for chemical change. Okay, so here this is the correct option for that. Option 3 is the correct one. It means B is the right answer here. Okay, right, so next one. Consider the following minerals. So calcium, iron, sodium. So which of the following minerals given above is or required by human body for the contraction of muscles? So if you did heavy exercises, mostly one of the acid secreted into the body, The name of the acid is considered as lactic acid. Okay, name of the name of the acid is considered as lactic acid. Okay, right. So, and one more thing, we are mostly getting dehydration problem also. So, in those type of sweat derivatives, we have this type of constituents. So, calcium and sodium. So, finally, here what I am saying is these two are what did they mention? Which of the minerals given are required for human body for contraction of muscles? So calcium, sodium, these two constituents are responsible for contraction or required for contraction of muscles. Okay, so that's why we should consider 1 and 3. Option C is the right answer here. So okay guys, so this is the complete information about general science. Okay, so general science preparation strategy and reference books, at the same time previous year's questions. So next, batches by ACE. So we are providing two types of batches here. One is completely concerns to classroom coaching and second one is online classes. So when will be started these two types of batches? So classroom coaching. So in this classroom coaching, two types of batches are there. One is short term and second one long term. So short term batch will be started on 24th February 2023. Even long term also started on the same day, 24th February 2023. Okay, so here for short term, so the total duration is 70 to 75 days. Per day, you will have 7 to 8 hours classes. Okay, so next, if you consider long term, so the total duration is around 5 to 6 months only. Next, per day, you will have 3 to 4 hours. Okay, you will have classes 3 to 4 hours. Here, the total fee is 25,000 rupees, even for short term or long term also. Here we are providing offers for old students, ACE old students. The total discount is 50%. Next, for ESC rankers, we are providing 75% discount. It's completely related to classroom coaching. Next, here it is online coaching. Here also two types of batches are there. One is short term and second one is long term. On same date, okay. So 24th February 2023, the batch start date, okay, batch schedule date. Next, so for short term, the total duration is 70 to 75 days. Per day, 7 to 8 hours you have classes. Next, for long term, 5 to 6 months. Per day, you have 3 to 4 hours classes will be conducted. Okay, right. So the total fee is 10,000 rupees. Here also we are providing a discount for ACE World student, at the same time ESC rankers. For ACE World students, 50% discount you have. It means just for 5,000 rupees, you will get this total course. Okay, especially this offer is applicable for ACE World student. Next, for ESC rankers, they are getting this course just by using 2,500 rupees only. Okay, just 2,500 rupees. So it means 75% discount we are offering here. So it's completely related to online coaching. So to get online coaching, you have to download ACE online app. So from Google Play Store, so you have to download this app, ACE online app. Okay. So this is the total information about IRMS General Science Preparation Strategy. At the same time, reference books. Next, batches, started dates at the same time. Previous year's questions, what type of questions are mentioned in previous years. So all this information we covered in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.